You are in charge of one of the biggest games of what's sure to be one of the biggest games of the year. So I have to ask, how are you doing this? Must be very stressful. I would be stressed.
Well, as we get closer to launch, of course, the pressure is mounting and the stress is mounting. But I think that I have a pretty privileged position. I think many people would like to be in my shoes. I feel like this is an amazing opportunity for DICE to make this game. And we've really put our heart and soul into it. And I hope that shows. And I hope that people will be happy when they play.
There are many places that we could go to in this universe, but where do we jump in as gamers off the top? Where do we see? Where do we go?
We go to the original trilogy of movies. We go to that classical Star Wars, which is my first impression of Star Wars and the core of Star Wars for me. We go to Endor, we go to Tatooine, we go to Hoth, and then we go to the planet of Sullust, which is a planet that we haven't really seen before, but we've heard about. It's where Nien Nunb is from, and it's really where the Empire makes their war machine. So we have this new planet that we're really bringing to life in this game. And then we go to different places on these planets, and we meet alien races, and we see stormtroopers and scout troopers and AT-STs and AT-ATs and X-Wings and TIE Fighters and all this hardware that's so iconic and so core to Star Wars.
I know that you have come from other games. You actually even worked on a Ubisoft game as well. So what has your experience been like working with the folks here at DICE?
The experience of working at DICE has been incredible. This is the third gaming studio that I work for, and the level of talent of the people that I work with. Every day I'm amazed. I mean, it's obvious to look at the artwork in our game and marvel at the talent of our artists and our tech people, but it's the audio people, it's the designers, it's the other producers, it's everyone that I work with on a daily basis that contributes with a high level of talent and a lot of passion.
I see the passion in you, especially when you were addressing us earlier. You can tell that you have a lot of heart in this. So I'm assuming that you have a lot of experience with Star Wars. You grew up with Star Wars. What is your relationship with this franchise?
I remember Star Wars from a very, very early age. I think my generation grew up with Star Wars. We were young. The first movie came out before I was even born.
Yeah.
So I feel like Star Wars has always been a part of my culture surrounding and this amazing universe that all of us have loved throughout the years. And now we're witnessing the renaissance of Star Wars. It's incredible for me to get to be an active contributor to bringing Star Wars into the future.
Just living in the Star Wars universe. So is it ever a thing where maybe we need to just unplug from Star Wars for a little while? When you go home, do you have Star Wars posters everywhere, or is it just like blank space? You can't see any more Hoth. I want no more Hoth.
I actually have a pretty big photo of Darth Vader on my living room wall. So yeah, I have a bit of Star Wars at home as well, but I think we've just started playing some games and watching stuff together, me and my older kid. So there's Star Wars at home as well, but I don't really feel the urge. You know, maybe 2 years is not enough to unplug from Star Wars.
In this battle of light and dark, would you say that you're on the light side, or do you like to go dark?
I would say I'm on the dark side.
Your dark side. I think you're the first person to say that. This makes me very excited. What attracts you to the dark side?
I think for me, I can't think of a more iconic character than Darth Vader. I think that he's the perfect villain of any movie, and he's so incredibly iconic, and he's also the first thing I remember about Star Wars. And he has always had like this, he's what embodies Star Wars for me.